Hey, how you doing today, Lewis?
Hey, what's going on?
It's good to be back again. It's good to be back in this again.
Round two.
Yeah, round two. How was the day today?
That wasn't bad.
Was
Uh,
it-
I stayed over a little bit at work, but persevered, made it through. Got my little coffee.
I don't have any coffee. I already woke up this morning, had my coffee already. Had my coffee already. You know, as you can see, I have my business shirt on. Southern Charm. I'm sorry, Southern Charm Services. You know, please follow and like.
Put it in the links.
Yes, we're gonna put some links in so you can check out the website. But it's nice to start the second process of this video, and I hope this one is really helpful. The last one, I just pretty much spoke um, about a lot of stuff, but I didn't really go into too detail because this was our first video, um, and I want to make sure this time when I'm talking about it I can give you a bit more understanding. I'm gonna provide you guys with some websites that's gonna be really helpful. This is a part two, and then event we're gonna have a part three after this. So keep an eye out. Please don't forget to subscribe and like us. And check out our YouTube channel. This is what we're gonna be posting on our YouTube. You're gonna get a brief snippet of what the discussion is gonna be, and then you go from that point on. The last episode we spoke about was called The Art of the Start. We briefly spoke about the starting a business, writing a business plan, the essential of the business, why do you want to start the business, and where is your support. We actually intertwined that with the scripture, and we're going to continue that so that you can see how the scripture it goes hand in hand with what we are trying to discuss and trying to help you guys out with. Um,
Amen.
Before I start off, I would want to start off with a scripture that I came. God spoke to me, and I
Amen.
wrote that scripture. Lewis is the minister. This is Minister Lewis. Sorry, I'm Lenny. I'm Deacon Lenny, and this is Minister Lewis. Back at it again.
Look at it
Sorry,
again.
back at it again. Sorry for the late introduction. The good thing about this is we're gonna definitely look to have some special guests as well. Um,
Hmm.
but we need to get some of these topics out first, and then later on we'll have some guests along the line. So, all right, Lewis. So this is the first scripture I came with, even though I'm still working on knowing my scriptures. Still a rookie over here. I'm not like Minister Lewis over here,
Come on.
who's an expert at the
Oh
word.
my gosh. Oh man.
You know I'm right.
Oh, man.
You know I'm right.
Oh,
I
you,
just
you're
what's
saying the
that?
scripture right there. That's a scripture right there. Don't praise yourself. Let another one praise you.
Okay, okay.
That's a scripture right there.
I,
So,
I'm still learning. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm not like Pastor Courtney Lewis's beautiful wife, and my pastor Jennifer, who's extremely gifted and talented with the word as well. So I'm just a rookie, trying my best. Um,
you're doing
but
good, man.
here's
You're
a
doing good.
thank you. Here's a proverb. Here's a scripture from the Bible. It's Proverb chapter 3, verse 5 through 6, and it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. Um, in all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make a straight path." Trust in the Lord. Think about that for a minute. Trust in the Lord. Do not lean on your own understanding. Starting a business is not easy. You know, Starting this venture that I started it hasn't been easy, but I think the hard part is just learning to trust God, and for that, that's why I wanted to really give you guys some really good information that's going to really help you understanding and trust in the Lord and not on your own understanding. So the first thing I have this part two is going to be called business with Christ. Pretty different. Business with Christ. Not everybody think about a subject of business with Christ. You always think about business by yourself, business for yourself, but business with Christ. That's the name of the topic today. And the first step will be find creating a business structure. What I mean by creating a business structure is knowing what type of business you want to get into. Um, there's different type of structures that pertains to business. One is a limited liability, which is everyone knows as LLC, limited liability company, a sole proprietorship, partnership, a corporation, and a cooperative. I'll say it again: LLC, which is limited liability company, sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation, and a cooperative.
Okay.
Now, yeah, you see, a lot of people don't realize when you open up a business, there's a lot more to it than that. You know, it's not just I'm gonna open up a business. You need to know what type of structure your business is gonna be. Um, One other thing is that you have to consider factors such as the liability protection, which you would need protection for your company in case you get sued. Taxation, you need help with that because at the end of the year, you have to file taxes. What type of what type of tax are you? How are you going to file your taxes? Because it's different type of structure, so you would need to speak to an accountant for that, so you can make the best informed decision for your business and how you can on how you structure your management. How you going to run the business? Is it just going to be you? Are you going to have uh, someone underneath you? Are you going to have associates? You have to think of it this way when you open it, when you have that structure in place. Remember, I talk about the three P's: the people, process. I forgot what the third one was again. People, process, and I'll remember it. But it's the three P's. You do need to have a process in place. Um, so by that, I will go with one of the other things to really get some more information. It would be you would have to go to certain websites that I will provide you guys with. Um, those websites can be really helpful. It helped me a lot tremendously when I was starting my business. So we will put it on the bottom of the underneath where on YouTube where you can read the information, the link, where all the links will be below, which would be awesome. One of them is Score. If you never heard of Score, score.org, I would recommend going to that website. Um, that website is very, very helpful. Um, that website actually has mentorship. So the mentorship with the Score is how it works is that if you struggle with advertising, fundings, um, how to start your business, anything that you have that you're struggling with, score.org would really help you out. And the mentorship is free, which is you can sign up for the mentorship. And also, too, they have webinars. So they post a lot of their webinars. So if you have any questions, you can go view those webinars on there. And those webinars gonna give you some really important information. Or you can go to a live webinar, which is also great. The live webinar, you get to really interact with the teacher, ask questions. As a matter of fact, I actually set up an appointment with a score mentor because I mean I may be knowledgeable, but I may know a lot about business, but I still need help. So that's one of the things I would say. Just go to that website. It's called score.org. It's really helpful, especially when you're starting out. Um, a lot of people say go and read the book. You know what? Go to YouTube if you want to go to YouTube and get some information. There's a lot of books out there. You can go to Amazon, any public library. They'll have those information for you to read, but it's really good to just Score is pretty much the book for you. That's all I can say. It's just a book. It's your encyclopedia. It has everything you need. It'll even teach you how to get business loans as well. So that's another thing that's good about it. So several of the website that I'm going to put the links below. One of them is going to call LegalZoom.com, InkFile.com, RocketLawyer, Zen Business, and MyCorporation.com. This is all the information I have for your business structure. Um, I hopefully that's really helpful. If you guys have any other suggestions, any website that you might know of that we did not discuss, please put that in the comment for us, so that the next time we'll do some more research. But this is pretty much the gist of your structures. So, Lewis, when it comes to a business structure, what is your views as far as scripturally? What's your opinion?
Uh, Sticking with Proverbs here, I'm thinking of Proverbs 2:20, 21, where it says, "So you will walk in the way of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those with integrity will remain in it." The word that stands out here is integrity. Like when you're getting into business, you want to be a person of integrity. Um, if I learned anything, I learned a lot from my archbishop, and one of the words that I never forgot was integrity. You are who you are when nobody's watching. So when you starting a business, doing those websites, people want to know that you're legit. People want to know that you're a person of integrity, and so we want to be people of integrity and not con anyone, not to get a quick buck. We want to be people of our word. So because we got to remember we represent God in all we do, and we don't want to misrepresent us even with business. Because we've seen a lot of businesses go down because the people don't have no integrity.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. Integrity is the key. You want people to trust you. Um,
Because with that
people,
scripture,
yeah, you want them to trust you because um, you can do a project for someone and just take their money and run away with it. You can do you can do a project for someone and do it not that good. You do it halfway and you don't finish the whole project after the person gave you their money. Um,
ay, ay, ay.
you gotta have integrity. You gotta keep to what your business is all about. You have to be honest with people, and you have to be upfront. If you can't provide them that service they need,
Tell
don't
them the
do it.
truth.
Yeah, your reputation is the most important thing in this industry. Your reputation goes a long way because how you gonna get referrals?
That's it. Referrals is key.
Yeah,
Not
referrals.
referrals.
Yeah, because you can't grow your business if you have a bad reputation out there because nobody's gonna want to do business with you. So
No.
that's a good one. Now we're gonna go to step two, which is the employee identification number. Everyone's like, "What is an employee identification number?" If you do know what that is, people who are in the business world will know what the employee identification number is. And let me just brief it out for you. EIN. Best way to say what the EIN is just the business social security number. That's pretty much all that is. It is the business social security number, which allow you to file taxes separate from your own personal taxes. The good thing with having EIN, the benefits, the tax benefits you get when you have an employee identification number is you get a lot of tax breaks. That's a good thing, right? When you're starting a business, you get a lot tax breaks, and you can write off everything that you do. Um, I know personal. So you don't. The good thing is you're not using your actual social security number. The only time you really use your social security number that's connected to your business is when you're applying for a loan, a business loan. Um, we will go more in detail about SBAs, fundings, and stuff like that on our next chapter. But yeah, you would definitely need the EIN. Um, and the way you do that, you can actually go to the IRS website, irs.gov, or you can actually fill out an SS slash or dash 4 form from their website and print it out and then just send it to the IRS. If you don't know more about that information, just like I said, go to the IRS website, irs.gov or irs.org. I can't remember which one. It was irs.gov or org. I could be I could be wrong. I'm not sure which one is it. Iris.org or gov. I think it's org, correct?
No, I think it's Gov.
It's gov. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, but yeah, just go to the IRS website. Simple as that to fill out that form. Now, the thing with EIN too is that if you already had a prior business, you had an EIN already, you would need to close that business out with the IRS. So they would ask you to take a picture, or take a copy of the your prior EIN, and then you have to send a letter explaining to why you're closing this one out, because they would not provide you with a second EIN, regardless if you're in a separate state. The government's going to know that you have a business, an active business. Now you're trying to get a second business, and they will stop you. Or they not stop you, but they will not provide you with another EIN. So just remember, if you already have an EIN already, make sure that you close that one out first before you apply for a second one, because and it takes them about 30 business days for you to even get that EIN set up if you already have another one, because when you send that information to them, you can either mail it to them or you can fax it. They will provide you with that fax number. Um, the other thing I would suggest is when you call the IRS to open up at 7 a.m., call them at 7. If you call them after 7, like 7:38, you might as well wait till the next day. You're not going to get through. I learned that the hard way. So that is just my bit of advice. Do not wait till after 7 a.m. to call them. Just call them and then ask them for that information. They'll provide you that information. That's pretty much what I have for the EIN and what it stands for and the importance behind the EIN, because you cannot run your business without having an EIN. You can use your social security number to run your business. I wouldn't recommend it. Um, I wouldn't recommend it. Just use apply for EIN and then just use that number instead. So it won't be attached to your social security number. The only thing that's attached to your social security number, like I said, is if you're applying for a loan, credit card, personal line of credit, any sorts of grants. Um, that's when that you'll really use it. But that's all I have for you today. It's not gonna be as long, but it's pretty quick. And I'm gonna let Lewis go over what how it relates to the scripture.
Well, um, kind of goes back to with the EIN. That's how people identify you. And I think it's the keeps on circling back. Like you were talking about how you you want to close one business. You can't start two businesses with the same number because they're gonna know. And I feel like it goes back to integrity, being a man of your word. And there was a time when you said something and people took your word to heart. Your word was your bond. So I think we need to go back to that. There's a scripture that says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no." Because we can't do more than that. We can't make any hair turn gray by wishing. So let our words just be few, man. Let's get right to the point. Sometimes we talk too much or say too many things, We just need to get right to the point. You can get the same point across with limited words. So that's very important. I would close out and just say that you just need to be people of integrity, people that doing the right thing, and remember who we're representing. This is business with Christ. If we're doing business with Christ, we're representing Christ, and people are going to know that because anytime you make one mistake, people are going to sit there and say, "Hey, I thought you were a Christian." So you have to
That's
remember
true.
who you representing, and not only if you mess up, you're not messing up for yourself. You're messing up for the kingdom, and you're making the kingdom look bad. And by making the kingdom look bad, someone could come to Christ, someone could have came, but then they saw how messy you were and said, "I don't want nothing to do with that." And someone left the faith because how messy you were. So we got to remember that how others look at it. There's another scripture that says, refrain from all appearance of evil. Just because you don't think there's nothing wrong with it, how does it look to others? Because we're representing Christ in all we do, especially when we go to business. Because people are going to remind you when you messed up. So let's not give them any ammo or any more reason. If anything, let's give them reason to turn into Christ, knowing that you don't have to be a sleazy person. Look at one of the some of the disciples Jesus had were taxpayers, and people said, "Why are you having taxpayers as disciples?" So if he can turn taxpayers around, what can we do when we really go business with Christ?
I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really good. That's a really good ending there, Lois. Minister Lewis. Not calling you Lewis like that. We'll call you Minister Lewis. Minister Lewis.
But we'll be back for part two. So this is
Yes.
not over.
No, it's not over. We're gonna continue part two. So it's we have to break it down because it's it's a long process. So, all right. Thank you
Back for
for
part two.
joining. Yes, we're gonna go to part two. We're gonna continue part two. Thank you for joining us for this quick first two section, but we're gonna start off with the third section. Part two, step three, step four, and step five. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right.